This story right here is absolutely unacceptable. And honestly, I don't understand why our governments are allowing this to happen. And this is a repeated offense, by the way. This is not a one-time thing. This is not an oops, this only happened now, so we'll try to do better in the future thing. This is something that we have been witnessing time and time again when it comes to these foreign troops on our land, specifically about the British Armed Forces. In Kenya, we've covered so many stories of essaying with unaliving and with actually burning a whole entire forest. We've had these conversations, and in case you haven't followed up on those stories, I'll definitely be showing you and reminding you the stories, because this is important to have a conversation. And just recently, actually today is when I'm reading this, a British soldier that was accused of essaying in Kenya has been sent back to the UK. He has not faced the consequences of the justice system in Kenya, but he has been shipped off to the UK. How do we expect to be respected when we allow this kind of injustice to continue to go on our land? Imagine this. A soldier, a foreign soldier, commits a crime. An active former soldier commits a crime in the country, in an African country, and he is allowed to leave the country without consequences. And this is not the first guy, by the way, fam. This story is recent, yes, but there's a story that we've been following up on. A lady that was named Agnes, a 21-year-old mother that was unalived by a British soldier, and it was covered up. Until today, she hasn't found justice.
We begin with the shocking news of a confession by a British soldier who has admitted to killing a Kenyan woman in Nanyuki town and dumping her body in a septic tank. The killing took place 9 years ago in Nanyuki town, which has for decades been home to a British Army unit.
The British Royal Military Police has launched a murder inquiry into the case in which a British soldier is accused of murdering a 21-year-old woman, Agnes Wanjiru, in the Nanyuki base. And as Stephen Leto reports, the British High Commission says it will cooperate with the Kenyan authorities to unearth the murder.
For 9 years now, the family of Agnes Wanjiru in Laikipia County has been on a long search for justice until one military officer confessed to Sunday Times, a daily issue in England, that the accused told him that he killed her.
I were in the pub and he come in crying, saying, help me, help me. I said, why? What do you mean? I've killed her. What do you mean you've killed her? Show me.
In his narration, he says after the confession, he was led to a septic tank where Wanjiru's body that was now floating.
What did you say?
I just remember her. She was in the tank when I seen her. He took me to the tank and lifted it up, and I looked in, and I just remember seeing her in there, and my heart sank, and I just said, I'll never forgive you for this, never. Then the RMP have turned up and arrested us all because we weren't supposed to be there.
The murder occurred in one of the hotels located about 10 minutes drive from the British training camp. In quick succession of events that night in Nanyuki, the matter was muted with top military bosses in Nanyuki British camp seemingly sweeping the matter under.
So when I say this is not a one-time offense, this is what I mean. It keeps happening, but just because we're not setting boundaries and they're not facing consequences, it continues to happen. So this recent story, according to reports, is about a British soldier that was accused of essaying a woman near a controversial army camp in Kenya, has been sent back to the UK. This is according to BBC, by the way. The alleged rape happened last month close to the British Army Training Unit Kenya, Batuk, near the town of Nyanyuki, 200 kilometers north of the capital, Nairobi. The man was arrested by the UK military and questioned following the alleged incident, which occurred after a group of soldiers visited a bar in the town. An investigation is being carried out by the UK military police from the Defence Serious Crime Unit, which looks into crimes allegedly committed by British service personnel in the UK and overseas. So the people that are going to investigate are the same people that did the crime. So if you're going to investigate your own person and come up with, let's say, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, you still can be allowed to take him out of Kenya. He's currently not in Kenya because he was sent back to the UK. How crazy is this story, fam? And as I said, this is not the first story. There are grape stories. And you can't tell me it's a lie because you see the babies. We've covered the mixed kids that come out of this situation. And these men, after doing what they did, they don't even take responsibility. They flee. And the women are left here carrying the burden, and no one listens to them and no one stands up for them. This is insane, fam. This is insane, and this is a diplomatic issue. This is not a British person, a civilian, a random person committed a crime in another country. This is an actual military soldier doing something in a different country. How are we not holding them accountable, and how is this not serious, or is not being seen as serious as it should be? Beats me. I have no clue. I have no clue why this is allowed to happen. But anyways, fam, let me know down below what your thoughts are about this crazy story.